Colonel fans, Mike Wagon. I'm here alongside the head coach of the Colonels, J.P. Piper. His team on a roll right now, winning 2 in a row here at home and trying to go for win number 3 straight against the McNeese State Cowboys coming up on Wednesday evening. And this winning streak at home goes back a while, Coach. 8 here this year, 11 in a row. Going back to last season, the Colonels have made Stopher Gym their front.
No question. I thought Saturday, the atmosphere for the Southeastern game was just remarkable. It's the best crowd we've had since I've been here. The game had some meaning. Folks in the community, the students turned out and showed tremendous support. The band was phenomenal as usual, and it was just a tremendous atmosphere and really fed our energy and helped us take care of business. And we're hoping that we get the same kind of interest and enthusiasm on Wednesday night when McNeese comes to town.
7 p.m. tip time. That'll be after the women's game, which will begin at 5 o'clock against the Cowgirls. We look at how you've played at home right now. Just a week back, we were at Sam Houston, and the world just fell apart around the Colonels. 1 week later, you go out and you play a near-flawless game against Southeastern Louisiana. The home floor has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it does, and we learned some things on the road. We made some mistakes. I feel like we came home and corrected some things, identified some things that we learned on the road. I felt like our 2 opponents on the road, I got too many easy open looks, and so I thought we contested better against Central Arkansas and against Southeastern. You look at the defensive field goal percentage, it bears that out. We rebounded the ball better. Some of that has to do with being at home, but some of that has to do with what we've addressed in practice and what we're emphasizing to our guys. And then we shot the ball really way worse than I expected on the road, so we kind of did a little shooting clinic here at home and got back to some of the fundamentals of shooting and kind of demanded some consistency across the board in terms of footwork and how we finished the shot, and that translated into a lot more makes in both of those games for us. So hopefully those things will continue. Hopefully this team will continue to play with a high level of energy like you saw on Saturday, and we'll just keep this big snowball rolling down the hill.
These Colonels have been walloping teams here at Stopher Gymnasium this year. Division I opponents have been defeated by an average of 16.5 points a game. We look down at the end of this week here. By the time this week is out, you win these 2, McNeese on Wednesday, Lamar on Saturday, and you guys will likely be in sole possession of first place in the Southland.
Yeah, I would be lying if I say I didn't know that and I hadn't looked that far ahead, but I keep telling myself that we just need to focus on McNeese. But I am aware we could put ourselves in the driver's seat with a big week here at home, getting these 2. But the worst thing I think I can do is start talking about Lamar before we take care of McNeese. So a very good basketball team coming in here. They've had a great season. Probably better than they expected and a lot of people that watch this league expected. And we're going to have our hands full. Last year, we barely beat them here. We needed a stop on the last play of the game, and they beat us by 16 at their place. So this is not a game I take lightly, nor will our players take lightly. And they fully expect to come in here and beat us. So it will be a war, just like I felt about Southeastern. Now, that game turned out a little differently than I anticipated. I hope it goes that way with McNeese, but we're planning for a nail-biter that's going to go right down on the wire, and hopefully we're in a position to take care of business.
Can you give us a preview of how you match up against the Cowboys?
Well, their 2 most potent threats are the Richard kid and the Kaplan kid, both able to shoot it, both able to put it on the floor. Richard's a little better around the rim because of his athleticism. But Kaplan finds a way to get the ball in the hole. He can finish at the rim as well. So I think those 2 matchups go at our strengths, which is perimeter defense, and Kellen and Ben Martin and Dan Trell and Brian Hammond and Kenny Franklin. So we're pretty good defensively on the perimeter, but we've got to win those battles more than we lose them over the course of 40 minutes. And then, as I've said in the past, they've got to guard Fred and Tolley. And the way we've played lately, you've got more than just Fred and Tolley to contend with. So it will be interesting to see what they do. Last year they played a triangle and 2 at their place, and we never figured it out. We figured it out. At least I think we have. So we'll be a little better prepared for any surprises they may try to throw at us. And I really felt like it was probably wise to start exploring those types of defenses anyway, because if we start winning, I think folks will try anything, I know I would, to try to slow us down. So we've looked at the triangle and 2 and the box and 1, and then our regular base offenses against some more traditional defenses. So, I think we present problems for them. They obviously will present some from us. We got to keep Alawoy off the boards. He's leading the Southland Conference in rebounding right now, so we'll have our hands full with him. But I like our team, I like our guys, and look forward to the battle on Wednesday. Excuse me.
It is a stuffed Stopher night coming up Wednesday night, 7 p.m. tip time. The Colonels playing host to McNeese. Of course, as always, all students get in for free. Also on Wednesday, faculty and staff with your Colonel card get in free as well. You mentioned Saturday's crowd was the best you've had here in 6+ years. We're going to try to make it even better coming up on Wednesday. We'll talk to you again then, Coach.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
For J.P. Piper, I'm Mike Wagenheim. Colonels and Cowboys coming up Wednesday at 7. We'll talk to you then.